The thing that we're mainly wanting to work on is putting together something that is part of our process, something that we can do with consistency and, shameful ease. If it's not easy, we're not going to post it and share it. And that has mainly been the thing, is we're so wrapped into the routine
business
of doing that we forget, like, oh dang, that would have made a great video had we recorded it.
So if you guys like how this video turned out, comment below and say, we want to see more of these. And we figured Monday's the best day to do it because it's when we have the most stuff that has sold, because we have the whole weekend, because we don't ship out on Saturday. So we're gonna show some of the stuff that's sold and then maybe packaging up some of them.
Yeah, I think so. We'll just, this is an experiment.
Let's get into it.
All right.
First things first is a couple books. Do you want to talk about them?
Yeah. This one is recent. This one actually sold overnight. This is Jesus Calling, Enjoying Peace in His Presence. And gravitated to it because it was new and just kind of a sure seller on Amazon.
And what did you pay for it?
I think it was 50 cents
And
or
what did you
$1.
get for it?
It actually, because the market was super competitive, it was like a $10 book. So not a big seller.
And then this is an amplified Bible, which we usually always grab Bibles. They're like a couple bucks at estate sales, and some can go up towards 40 and 50 if they're like new.
Mm-hmm.
This one's not new. It has some wear, but how much?
It's an older one.
Yeah.
This one went for, I think, 30, 35 bucks.
So pretty good deal.
Pretty good. This book right here, I was actually with Chaz and Trista, Side Hustle Pros. And
He
so
didn't want to buy it.
Well, he was just like, well, you got it, so, you get it. And it was funny because we were hanging out yesterday and I told him that this book was sold on Amazon, and it had been like, since the last time I saw him to the next time that the thing that I got sold. And this sold for 50 bucks, and this was a 50-cent book.
Why no one is required
to file
a tax return. Isn't that what everyone wants?
Yeah, pretty much. This was another, and I think the last Amazon sale over the weekend. It's just a Nikon camera battery charger.
I guess we should talk about shipping. So books, media mail, just cardboard, and then maybe in a
bubble mailer.
Yeah, bubble mailer or
poly bag.
Yeah. So a media mail is cheap. You can do really heavy books for $4. So
yeah. So that's the other books. Something like this. I'll probably bubble wrap it, create a little cardboard sleeve, and then stick it in either a poly bag or a bubble mailer. Here we have some rivets. Now these are, they're consumable, so someone's actually gonna use that
not eat
for
it.
A project. Yeah, ingestion.
So these were from a lot that Jake bought out of truck parts, and he bought out
trailer stuff.
A whole shed of things.
Yeah.
And these guys have
Just
been
crazy.
just
trickling. And shipped, I get about 13 to 14 bucks for a lot of 100. And initially, when I got it, we had
a lot.
I think 15,000, something like that. I'm probably down to a third of that, or less.
And they're steady.
It's a I sell probably a lot of 4 or 5 every month.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes I get larger orders. But yeah, something like this, it's not delicate. It doesn't need bubble wrapping. So this will be cardboard sleeve and then into a poly bag or bubble mailer. iOmega hard drive. This is 160 gigabyte external, you know, for storing your data and whatnot. This sold for $36 shipped.
Would you say to pick up iOmega if you see it, that brand?
Yeah, I think if your buy cost is $2 or less, you can pretty much just pick it up, take it home, and figure out how much you're gonna sell it for later. If your buy cost is $5 or more, then you want to see what your comps are gonna be. And if it's in between $2 and $5, then don't ask me why I didn't cover that range. This is a Makita battery pack. Now, even though this is older and it's 9.6 volt, you know, not super strong voltage, if you test these and you know they're working, they will sell pretty dependably, and depending on the battery style, you can actually get pretty good money. This was, you know, $1 or a 50-cent pickup. This sold for $37.
It's pretty good.
Which is ridiculous. It's an old battery pack.
And then you just cardboard.
And for this guy, yeah, I will probably do, because it has, you know, older plastic casing and it's going international.
Okay.
This will get bubbled. This will get cardboarded. Little kiss. Good luck. Out the door. This is a black gunpowder flask, right? So if you looked at it, you didn't know what it was, you'd be like, well, it looks like a flask, and you wouldn't be mistaken.
Has a little eagle.
So it stood out to me just because, you know, it's actually a copper body with a brass top. It's got a little spring on it, so you push the spring down, and $42.
And then something we like to pick up every time we see them are wetsuits. If they're, you know, in good shape, no holes. O'Neill is like a big brand that sells and people recognize it. But even brands that I've never seen before, if they're in good shape, they'll sell.
If your buy cost is $5, you're pretty reliably gonna get $30 to $50 a wetsuit or waiters. Not like at a restaurant waiters, but like, you know, waiting in the water.
And then
Don't
if you
that
can
way.
maybe fold it up small enough.
Sometimes I can pop
Stick it
these
in an
into a
envelope.
flat rate envelope. It doesn't matter if that thing is bulging, you know. The seams are popping. If you can get it in, get it in.
So
Save
I
yourself.
sold these
Erica picked these up when we were in Cali.
California.
Yeah, we were in
on
California.
vacation and we were doing a little thrifting, and these were my size, so I was like, maybe I'll keep them. But they still had the price tag on the bottom, so they've never been worn. And I started them at a bid, and I just got one bid, but I got $85 for these, and I paid $40. So that was a nice get up.
It was less about
wedge.
like extreme margins, because typically we operate on pretty
Small.
crazy margins.
Yeah.
You know, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times what we pay for stuff. But anytime you can reliably double, triple, quadruple your money, like, don't pass that up, especially when, you know, at a $40 buy cost, that's like, and you sell it for $85 after fees
doubled.
and such, that's $30. Like, handling one item for a $30 profit is worth your time.
And they're Nike. I didn't say that before.
Or maybe it's not, I don't know, but for us, that's worth our time.
Yeah, and it was a good payoff from being on vacation to
Oh, yeah.
making a sale. And it's fun to go into other, that we like to do that whenever we travel. We go and stop into Goodwills or thrift stores or an estate sale that's nearby if there is any, and just see what we can find. And we like to bring back at least one thing
Yes.
to resell.
Yes.
This
Oh.
little guy?
Here, do you want to? So, One of my favorite things to do now is like thoroughly inspect the display cases at estate sales. You just do not know what kind of gems someone had, what little trinkets or smalls.
And by thoroughly, he means like goes back 3 or 4 times to check if he messed anything. And sometimes
I do. I always do. And other people do. That's why there's, you can't just
skim.
Yeah, you can't just be like, I saw it, because you didn't see it all. This guy, this pen, so it's Captain Jeff H. Fortson, killed at Manila.
March 28th, 1899.
So this is in memory of like a captain that died on a boat. And I just thought it was very weird. Just an interesting pen. I think I paid $5 or $6 for it.
That's one of those words.
I think I paid $5 or $6 for it, and I priced it at like $80, something silly because there's just not a lot of them out there. Sold for $65. Took the offer. And I mean, this is,
the tiniest.
you could ship this anyway. This is not really going to get hurt in the shipping process.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding?
Are you fanning? Are you Channing Tatum?
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
You're not? No.
So why I'm singing that is because Kiki's mom bought this.
And she's got it going on.
Kiki's mom has got it going on. But this is a cool fan.
Super sweet industrial fan. It was really dusty and dirty. Like, this is a huge improvement from the way I found it. Gravitated toward it because it had a very cool look and the cast iron base. I mean, these are indestructible. They bend if you drop them, but they're indestructible.
And somebody we know bought it because we posted on Instagram, which, like, that's a thing that we don't do very often. We don't sell things through Instagram. We just are like, posting daily lifestyle stuff. But it's actually such a smart thing because it reaches people who might not be looking, but then they see something. They're like, oh, I've been meaning to get one of those, or I really have never seen that t-shirt before. So we're gonna try to start doing more Instagram like finds and like giving a deal if we know you. And we were gonna give her Kiki a deal, but she just paid full price. And that's why we love her.
Yes. It's awesome. And something like this,
Oh, and by the way, her name's not Kiki, but I keep calling her that.
What you want to do for something that, if you were to just put this in a box, you're going to have a lot of gapping, and if there's pressure on the box, it's going to crush it.
Maybe this one we show.
So with this, you want to take your max dimensions, from end to end, and find a box that's going to work, or build a box. And there's a video about how to do that on our channel.
It's kind of ridiculous if you haven't seen it.
It's more for entertainment, but there's
still some factual things in there.
This is going to get bubbled, and then I'm going to do a shrink wrap to keep and hold everything in place, and then build a box that is for the maximum dimensions, or find a box that it fits in. And oh wait, actually no. What I'm going to do, I'm still going to do those things, but I remembered that this is actually hinged with a screw nut. So you can actually separate the base and the head, and it just like is kind of a slide on off dealy. It's held by a single screw and wing nut. And I'm going to wrap these individually and see if I can fit these into like a flat rate of some kind.
Maybe
although
original.
this cage right here is kind of a toughie. Damn it. All right. I actually don't know. I'm gonna have to check